Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, my beautiful hot messes. My name is Mistress Lavender, and today I'm reading Rich AF by Vivian 2. I'm on page 44 where we left off. But if you don't know who I am, you might as well like, comment, and subscribe and click episode 1. But if you do and know where we left off, let's begin. Working in sales at BuzzFeed, there was a very clear inner circle, the top sellers. People across the company would bend over backward for those salespeople because everyone knew that they could bring in monster deals if they got what they needed. Things like quick legal approvals, niche research stats, and beautifully designed pitch decks. That, to me, did not feel like an inaccessible group. I could get there with my work, not just by closing massive deals, but also by taking 15 minutes out of my day every day to go meet with research, to go meet with accounting, to go meet with all the teams and just give them a quick, hey, how's it going? I'm Vivian. Just wanted to introduce myself to put a name to the face. It worked. Over my almost 4 years at BuzzFeed, I pol what polid policted my way into that group. By the end, people were bending over backward to help me close deals. And it worked because the environment at BuzzFeed was one of where polytricking, is that how you say it? Polytricking, meeting people and having advocates become, wait, hold on, and having advocates beside and above me really made a difference. If I kicked A, I was more valuable and treated and paid as such. I got to earn a commission just like my nightclub promo days, and I had the respect, trust, and confidence of my managers and peers. But there's one last twist to this career story, though it's probably not a surprise at this point. Real talk, I did not have dreams of becoming a big deal influencer. When I started making TikToks, it was for fun. Period. Making money was not even remotely on my radar. I put my first video out because my coworkers were bothering me about questions, and I was like, haha, sure, I'll answer you, but I'll put the answer on the internet so everyone from work can get the information. It wasn't until my first brand partner reached out to me that I was like, oh snap, I can get money from this? From there, it generally took me a long time, a year and 3 months to be exact, to realize that my hobby turned hustle had become lucrative enough to go full time. But since I had the sales experience, I could negotiate for what I knew I was worth. Since I was my own boss, I knew that I'd be getting paid what I deserved because I was in charge. And since I generally love making content I knew I could put my full aesthetic, authentic self into it instead of trying to please someone else. The moral of the story is basically this: we work to earn money, but when it comes to getting what you're worth, it's not as straightforward as working hard in equals more rewards to you. Like my nightclub gig was sweet, but there was a definite limit to what I could earn, no matter how much harder I worked. Not at least, not least because eventually I'd have to run out. What? Not least because eventually I'd had run out of friends. My job at JP Morgan was challenging, but I gave it my absolute all and got results, which were ultimately taken for granted at best. In reality, to reap the most out of your job, money wise and otherwise, you need to find your sweet spot where harder and where harder and better work from you equals more value to the company, and where the value is recognized, supported, and paid for. Sometimes this means staying in your current role, working harder, and working your way up. Build your network internally, forge connections with advocates, hopefully have a manager who will stand up for you, and always negotiate for more pay. Other times it means getting a whole new job. Because if an environment is toxic or stagnant or otherwise just not going to honor your skills and your talent, you will never earn what you're worth there. Leaving sucks, but you know what? They're loss. Both staying and leaving can be viable paths to make more money. And neither is impossible once you start thinking like a rich person. Why? Rich people are especially good at three things: selling their skills, networking, and knowing when to get the F out of Dodge. So, if you're looking at your current job or current paycheck and thinking, this is absolutely not it, then you owe it to yourself and your net worth to get good at all three. One, sell your skills. I see too many people, especially young people, treat their skills as locked into whatever their work history has been so far. They get stuck in this idea that their career trajectory is just going to be this same thing, but more. And if they don't like the same thing and it's not earning them enough money, they're in for a bad time. In reality, if you want to work somewhere different, you're not limited to just working for your company's competitor. As long as that next job has some shared quality or responsibility with your previous job or jobs, you are a solid candidate for it regardless of the industry. For example, when I left equities desk at JP Morgan for a sales position at BuzzFeed, I wasn't just going to a new company or even a new industry. I was going into a new role, new lingo, new objectives, new vibes. The only true transferable skills I had were the ability to sell, and I communicate well. But with those in my back pocket and a convincing case that would smoothly transfer over, I went to slinging stocks and trade ideas to hedge funds to selling ad products to corporate partners. In other words, think less climbing a career ladder from rung to rung and more scrambling up a climbing wall where the next foothold could be above, below, or to the side of where you are now. For example, if you start your career out in the accounting department of a pharmaceutical company, your second job could be in the accounting department at a tech company. Then your third job could be a junior software engineering role at a tech company. Your next role could be a project manager role at a competing tech field. Then who knows? Maybe you become COO at that tech company. Maybe you quit and found your own pharmaceutical startup because what the heck am I saying? Maybe you become COO at that tech company. Maybe you quit and find your own pharma tech startup. Maybe you're recruited by the CIA to build spy robots. Or maybe you start in accounting at that pharma corp and then move into a marketing role there. Then you become a senior communications officer. Then you're headhunted by a celebrity PR firm. Then you meet some A-lister on the red carpet, fall in love, and become an influencer couple with your own wellness brand. It might sound over the top, but this is literally how successful careers work. Listen to a rich person tell you their career history, and many of them will have these kinds of zigzags or straight up twist endings. Rich people don't see their career trajectory as copy paste. They're playing a game of word association, strung together with the skills they've acquired and the knowledge they bring. So, step one is maximizing your opportunities, is to know your skills. And if you're like, what skills, Vivian? Listen to me. We young people are children of the internet. We know how to use Word. We know how to use PowerPoint. We know how to use Excel. We know how to turn a docx into a PDF and back to a docx. There are so many jobs now that can be done with the of baseline set of skills slash the ability to Google solutions. And you should not take that for granted just how useful you can be across the board. Beyond those LinkedIn friendly resume ready bullet points, think of what you're good at. Naturally, the kind of work you tend to crush. Are you an HBIC who can run a full meeting with 5 minutes to spare? Huge skill for project management roles. Are you the friend everyone can count on for a good pep talk when they need it? Major plus for any job where you train direct reports. Are you a good writer? PR, copywriting, technical writing, writing corporate speeches for CEOs to deliver to shareholders. You've got choices. And if you want to load up on some new skills, there are ways to make that happen. Whether that be a part-time MBA, a programming boot camp, and some sort of DIY self-study on online learning platforms. Step two is to compile your knowledge. If you're working that accounting job at a pharmaceutical company, yes, you're mostly crunching numbers, but you're also going to be picking up some insight into how the pharma industry works. That's something you have that a run off the mill CPA might not. And that could be a huge selling point in your favor. Maybe a nonprofit that helps people for their prescriptions is looking for a CFO. Maybe a real estate developer needs a sales rep to get drug companies leasing their office parks. You could be their dream candidate and not even realize it. So don't discount the institutional knowledge and industry info you're picking up. As the saying goes, at your job, you should be either earning or learning, ideally both. Takeaway: write yourself a new pitch line that focuses on your skills and your knowledge instead of your old planned job title. Don't box yourself in. A good self pitch is like offering prospective employees slash anyone you network with a charcuterie board they can pick and choose from instead of a pre-made sandwich. For example, instead of introducing yourself with "I'm Vivian, I'm an influencer," I might say "I'm Vivian and I'm a top performing salesperson with a background in finance and digital entertainment media. I'm a creator. I've built companies that earn seven figures annually from scratch, and I am open to opportunities that allow me to help businesses reach their next generation of users. Two, work your network. This is the other thing that sets rich people apart from the average person. They're never ever satisfied and they're always looking to trade up. Seriously, they could be happier than a clam at their current job. 10 out of 10. Love their boss, love their work, love their team. And they are still eager to have a conversation with somebody at another firm just because. They know that opportunities are had when you're in the right place at the right time. So, to get the most opportunities, you want to be in the most places as often as possible. Networking allows you to be in two rooms at once, but it's not just a way to get yourself in the door either. We know that rich people love them some quid pro quo, some positive karmic payback, some I'll scratch your back if you scratch mine. Successful networking means that someone's not just mentioning your name, but actually vouching for you. Because when they say, yeah, she's good, hire her, they're putting their reputation on the line too. That's what makes it so valuable. A recommendation like that lends you credibility in a way that no piece of paper with your name on it, no CV, no interview will ever do. And by that same token, they'll expect something from you down the line. Because again, they gave you something with serious value. I'm gonna stop there. I'm on page 50. I didn't read that much, but girl, I've been messing it up. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's honestly because I didn't bring my chair. But tis life. I'm getting better every day at reading. You know what I'm saying? These mess ups are just the journey of getting better. Because you never know. I might be on stage accepting my EGOT. You feel me? So, yeah. So I'm stopping at page 50. I'm going to start at having a network is especially important. Page 50. But thank you for staying with me. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. My name is Mistress Lavender, and I'll see you next episode. Bye.